Good afternoon. I'm Gwendolyn Morton, and this is Live at 5 on WBON TV9, where every local story starts here. A few of our top headlines for the day: an investigation following a violent attack in Estill County. Plus, the Garrett County Courthouse has hosted a swearing-in ceremony for the new Commissioner of Agriculture, and an arrest in Nicholasville after a drug investigation. Those stories, plus more news right here with local sports and weather. That's all coming up today, Live at 5. But first, in our WBON TV big story of the day, Irvine Police are conducting an investigation into an incident where a man alleges that someone broke into his mother's home and subjected her to a violent attack. Jason Riddle reported that the intruder forcibly entered his mother, Melissa Riddle's residence by breaking through the back door early on Saturday morning. The assailant reportedly poured rubbing alcohol on her face, attempting to blind her, and then proceeded to assault her with a tire iron, inflicting head injuries. The perpetrator allegedly located and emptied a safe, stealing guns and valuables. After loading the stolen items into a car, the assailant purportedly forced Melissa into a vehicle and then drove 3 hours to Whitesburg, Kentucky. There, they allegedly sold the stolen items after picking up another person. At some point, Melissa managed to gain control of the vehicle and drove back to her son's house. Jason Riddle expressed shock at his mother's ability to drive back under the circumstances. Melissa suffered a concussion and may require spinal surgery, indicating a potential lengthy recovery. Irvine Police are actively investigating the incident. We'll have more on that as it becomes available right here on WBON TV9. Well, in a ceremony held yesterday at the Garrett County Courthouse in Lancaster, Jonathan Schell has been sworn in as Kentucky's Commissioner of Agriculture. Surrounded by friends, family, and supporters, Schell expressed his gratitude for the opportunity to serve the state in this role. He emphasized his commitment to advocating for farm families and upholding the values of Kentucky. A public swearing-in ceremony also took place today at the state capitol. Well, an investigation conducted in part by the Nicholasville subsequently caused a death. Lynch was then arrested, and a Jessamine County Circuit Court indictment warrant for December 21st, 2023, second-degree manslaughter was issued. That is all that's known about the story at this time, but of course, you can follow along for details right here on WBON TV as they become available. Well, Kentucky state representatives kicked off session today in Frankfort with several items on the agenda. With a look at what's on tap for the current session, here's Keith West.
The gavel fell in both the state Senate and the House of Representatives, marking the start of the 2024 regular session in Frankfort. Lawmakers from across the state arrived at the Capitol to address the business of the Commonwealth. Besides dealing with the concerns of their constituents, the state legislature will act on a 2-year multi-billion-dollar budget. All budget bills originate in the State House before moving on to the Senate. House Appropriations and Revenue Chairman Jason Petrie recently commented on the 2 years of research that goes into creating a multi-billion-dollar spending package for the state.
So you put your due diligence in and your detailed depth and breadth work in that 2-year period, and I think we've come out with a much better policy and use of taxpayer money in the end product of the budget.
The state legislature will have 60 working days to complete the business of the Commonwealth before reaching sine die and adjourning on April 15th. Chairman Petrie is from House District 16, located in Christian, Todd, and Logan counties. Reporting from the state capitol in Frankfort, I'm Keith West.
Keith will be keeping us up to date on everything going on over the next few months with the state capitol, including the laws that come to the forefront of this session. Well, in London, a man was apprehended last week following allegations of indecent exposure as he allegedly went door-to-door exposing himself to neighbors. The Laurel County deputies responded to a call on December the 28th around 8:45 a.m. reporting a naked man wandering around the Wren Road neighborhood. Upon arrival, they encountered the individual later identified as Millard Smith, who allegedly provided false identification. Further investigation revealed an existing warrant for Smith's arrest. He was charged with indecent exposure, disorderly conduct, criminal trespassing, and providing false identifying information. Additionally, he faced charges of fleeing or evading police vehicle, fleeing or evading police on foot, and wanton endangerment from an existing warrant. Well, in a story we've been following here on WBON TV Channel 9, Roger McBeath's parole decision was reached on this morning, resulting in a 10-year deferment. McBeath had appeared before a parole board via Zoom last week, expressing that he did not believe he deserved parole in connection to the murder of his ex-girlfriend, Ashley Lyons, and their unborn child almost 2 decades ago. During the hearing, McBeath expressed remorse, stating he didn't want parole and tearfully apologized to Lyons' family. McBeath, along with his then-girlfriend Dina Williams, was convicted of the crime. Williams was granted parole in 2021. McBeath will be eligible for parole again in 2034. Lexington police are currently investigating 2 separate shootings. The first incident occurred around 2 a.m. on the West Main Street. Police responded to a shots fired call and later found a victim at the hospital, indicating they sustained the injury on West Main Street. The victim's description is not being released, but their injuries are not life-threatening. That second shooting took place around 3:40 a.m. on Linton Road, where a person with a gunshot wound was found on Oak Street. This injury is connected to the Linton Road shooting, and the victim is expected to recover. Police are urging anyone with information on either of those shootings to please come forward and contact local law enforcement. Well, the Nicholasville Police Department is asking for the public's help in identifying the man seen in these photos. This man is a person of interest, according to the Nicholasville Police, regarding an ongoing investigation. You can see those photos up now. Regarding, if you have any information regarding the individual, you are asked to please contact the Nicholasville Police Department. That phone number is 859-885-9467, or you can always email them. That is police@nicholasville.org. Well, a grand jury in Lexington has indicted Christopher Parrish for crimes of vehicular homicide and driving under the influence. These offenses were committed in connection to a hit and run in Lexington that occurred in August of 2023. These crimes, according to the indictment, caused the death of 52-year-old Anshan Jackson. Parrish's arraignment has been set for this Thursday, January the 4th. At this time, according to authorities, Parrish has yet to be brought in on those new indictments. With that, we're going to take a quick break. We've got Sam coming in the Weather Center right after this.
Hi, I'm John Leeds, artisan owner of Leeds Fine Jewelry. If you're looking for holiday gifts, we have faceted Kentucky earrings in silver and gold. We also have Kentucky agate red and black set in sterling rings starting at $179. Do you have broken items? We can get them fixed for you for Christmas. We're open on Mondays through Saturdays starting December 1st, 108 East Main Street in beautiful Richmond, Kentucky. Remember, we're locally owned and we're nationally known.
How do you protect your family during a disaster? Have a plan of action for tornadoes, floods, earthquakes, and for an incident at the Bluegrass Army Depot. Know what you will do and how you will contact each other. Having a plan helps to keep you calm and not panic. Visit EstleCountyEMA.com to get started today. Plan today for a safer tomorrow.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer, and in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cupcadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see ya.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
'Tis the season for sickness. Protect yourself and those around you with vaccinations at the Harness Health Pharmacies, powered by Mercy Health. Mercy Health Pharmacies offer vaccines for influenza, COVID-19, pneumonia, and RSV. Most vaccines are covered by the insurance, and in case they are not, Harness Health Pharmacy also partners with the primary care clinics for patients that are required by insurance to receive their vaccines there. Stop by the Harness Health Pharmacy in Irvine, located next to the Mercy Health Irvine Primary Care.
Welcome back to Live at 5. A cool weekend, but it looks like we might get even cooler. Looks like we might have some snow moving into the area later this week. We've got meteorologist Sam in the Weather Center to give us a look at the forecast.
Hi, thanks, Grenelyn. Hi, everyone. Looking at I-75 here north of Richmond, and we had a quiet afternoon here Tuesday. Our next system, actually, technically, we have one passing by just to our south here as we head into Wednesday evening. So you might see some extra clouds out, perhaps a couple flakes or a little bit of light drips down to our far south, depending on the timing. Wednesday night, maybe a couple flakes, but again, down to our far south. So I'm excluding that from the list here because it is passing south of us. So system on Saturday could bring some rain snow mix to the area, especially on the backside heading into Sunday as it exits. But otherwise, we're looking at a good soaking rain out of that. And then our next system will be on Tuesday, and that could be even more powerful. Have very heavy rain and then changing over to more snow with much cooler temperatures next week. So that's a long ways out. In the short term, though, I mentioned that system to our south. We actually have high pressure building in. So I think it's going to really be difficult for that little short wave down to our south to kick up any precipitation this far north heading into our Wednesday evening. So we'll keep things dry for now with that little short wave, but the next system Saturday, again, could bring the threat of some very heavy rainfall to the area, followed by that other system on Tuesday. So it's really going to be picking up here in activity over the next week or 2 weeks even, a very active pattern. Down to 23 degrees, waking up here Wednesday, a high of around 43, not bad. 40 degrees then for the daytime on Thursday. Again, a quiet stretch heading into the beginning part of the weekend. But by Friday night, that next system, it's currently, if you're looking at satellite or in radar, currently over Seattle. And it's going to dip south and then bring with it, again, that chance on rain snow mix, depending on the timing. Again, during the overnight, might change over to some flakes of snow and then starts to exit Sunday. Here comes that next system. That's more powerful on Tuesday next week.
Thanks, Sam. And for weather all the time, you can find it on Channel 9 online. Check out our Facebook page and WBONTV.com. Well, a Stamping Ground family is grappling with the sudden loss of 36-year-old Jesse Thompson, who died in an accidental shooting just days after Christmas. Authorities responded to a home on Owenton Road in Stamping Ground, and Thompson leaves behind a wife and 3 children. Described as charismatic and approachable, Jesse was a gifted athlete, excelling in basketball and enjoying outdoor activities like hunting. His brother Justin reminisced about their happy childhood and emphasized Jesse's love for spending time with his children. The family is receiving condolences, and visitation and funeral arrangements are planned at the Central Church of God in Georgetown. Getting a little bit of breaking news into the newsroom right now. This is a notice from the Southern Madison Water District. Due to recent and progressive drought conditions in Berea and Southern Madison County, the city of Berea is issuing a water shortage advisory. This advisory is to notify all retail and wholesale customers of Berea Municipal Utilities that current conditions exist, which indicate the potential for serious raw water supply shortages. The advisory requests voluntary water conservation measures to be followed by all Berea Municipal Utility retail and wholesale customers, that is, including the Southern Madison Water District, and will remain in effect until water supplies have returned to seasonably normal levels in the service area. And again, this is an advisory. It was issued today by Berea Municipal Utilities and will include all of Southern Madison Water District customers. If you have any questions, you are asked to give them a call. That phone number, 859-986-9031. Again, 859-986-9031 for that water shortage advisory. Well, a federal judge has ruled that former Kentucky County Clerk Kim Davis, who had refused to issue same-sex marriage licenses, has to pay $260,104 in attorney fees and expenses of one couple. That amount is in addition to the $100,000 that a jury ruled that Davis must pay in damages to the couple that sued her. Davis's attorneys argued that the money in fees and costs sought by the attorney were too exorbitant. However, U.S. District Judge David L. Bunning disagreed. Judge Bunning reportedly stated that the money must be paid since the couple had won the lawsuit. Appeals on the ruling were expected to be made. Davis had drawn worldwide attention when, in 2015, she was briefly imprisoned for refusing to issue same-sex marriage licenses due to her belief that marriage should only be between a man and a woman. She was released after her staff had issued the license but had her name taken off the forms. The Kentucky state legislature later put a law into effect that took the names of all county clerks off of state marriage licenses. Well, over 500,000 cans of infant formula that were distributed in the U.S. are being recalled after a possible bacterial contamination. On December 31st, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, alerted caregivers and healthcare providers that Reckitt Mead Johnson Nutrition had agreed to voluntarily recall 675,030 cans of Pneumogen hypoallergenic infant formula powder due to possible Chronobacter contamination. According to FDA, no illnesses have been reported to date in connection with this recall, and it's likely most of the product that was distributed in the U.S. has already been consumed. Consumers who have Pneumogen hypoallergenic infant formula powder with the affected batch codes should stop using it and throw it away or contact Reckitt Mead Johnson Nutrition for a refund. You can see the affected products on your screen along with the UPC codes, and they do have a use-by date of the 1st of January 2025. Nutrimogen is a hypoallergenic infant formula that is used by infants with allergies to cow's milk. Although this product is a specialty infant formula, there are substitute infant formulas available. If the infant formula your child uses is unavailable, parents and caregivers should work with their child's health care provider to find a suitable substitute. The FDA does not expect that this recall will have a major impact on the U.S. supply and availability of powdered infant formulas, and the agency has been in communication with other manufacturers to request their assistance in ensuring a robust supply of hypoallergenic product. FDA officials also say Reckitt Mead Johnson Nutrition manufactured additional products during this finished product campaign and distributed them outside of the U.S. Reckitt Mead Johnson Nutrition will be contacting the regulatory authorities in each of those countries to determine the proper disposition of those products. You can see those affected product codes on your screen. Now, leave that up for just a second so you can take a look if you think that you have any of those formulas in your home. Well, with that, we're going to take a quick break. Sports up next. We got Dawson Roll in the sports room coming up right after this.
Are you considering a bathroom remodel? Think about this. Remodeling your bathroom without addressing the plumbing is like going to get a facelift when you need heart surgery. Plumbing is the heart of your home. At Fast Flow, we understand the importance of a well-functioning plumbing system. Our expert plumbers have years of experience in providing top-notch plumbing services. Don't just settle for a pretty face. Choose Fast Flow Plumbing before you remodel and keep your home's heart beating perfectly.
Call a pro at Fast Flow!
Did I ever tell you about that time I zipped right past that dang Sasquatch?
I don't think so.
Yes, sir. I don't know how they ever got away if it wasn't for this brand new side-by-side I got at Gateway Cycles.
In Mount Sterling?
Yes, sir. They set me up with something that left old Sasquatch sneezing in my dust.
Jimbo!
Lord, I hear him coming back now.
That ain't no Sasquatch. That's Mama.
Get a great deal on Sasquatch eluders today. Gateway Cycles, Mount Sterling.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
Watch The Real McCoys weekdays at 9:30 a.m. on Heartland.
Family known as The Real McCoys.
Watch Laugh-In on Retro TV, Mondays through Thursdays at 10 p.m. and Saturdays at 8.
If you love local sports, you'll love the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Join your host, Micah Watkins, Samantha Burford, and Dawson Rule as they cover sports news for the greater Madison County area. Get your local sports news every Monday night from 6 to 7 on WBON Channel 9 and on Y92.5, V99.3, and CBS Sports Radio 103.5. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is also brought to you by the Richmond Raceway, the Law Office of Patrick O'Neill, Nuevo Vallarta, and Bishop Small Engine Repair.
Welcome back to Live at 5 with 2024 upon us. The sports crew has some big things planned. That all starts this week with the return of streamed games. With all the information, here is sports anchor Dawson Roll.
Happy New Year. It is the first sports report for Channel 9 in the 2024 calendar. And do we have a big year planned? First, quick announcement. The WBON TV sports crew is back in business this week and is set to stream 2 local games. Starting Thursday night, the crew's going to head to Berea High School to check out a team we haven't seen yet this year in the Berea boys basketball team. The Pirates will be hosting the Richmond Guardians, and currently Berea's 8-4 on the season. This will be a great opportunity to check out some local teams. And as for Friday night, the plans for our crew to stay put in Richmond this time and head over to Model School, where at 6:30 they're going to be hosting a massive game against Dunbar High School, who's one spot above Model in that 11th region RPI. One quick team shout out before looking at tonight's games. Congratulations to the Madison Southern boys basketball team for being winners of the White Greer and Maggard Holiday Classic for the consolation bracket. They beat Harrison County, Lexington Christian Academy, and North Laurel to win this bracket. There are plenty of games this evening, but all are going to require a little bit of travel to watch. None of our girls teams play until at least tomorrow for basketball, but some boys teams play, including Berea, Model, and Madison Central. The Berea Pirates will be on the road tonight and are heading to Casey County, who only has a mere 2 wins this year. If Berea can take care of business, they're going to be sitting at 9-4 going into that Guardians game to begin this new year. Model's boys are also traveling tonight, but they're heading east over to Lee County to face the Bobcats, who have won 3 straight games to make their record 6-7. Now Model's record is 6-8, and they're trying to rattle off some games to get back to 500 or above. Best of luck to these 2 teams who are going to be streaming later this week. Madison Central's back at it tonight, and Lexington facing Dunbar in an 11th region matchup. The Indians' last game was a 54-50 home loss to GRC, in which Madison Central seemed to show signs of improvement. That could show tonight for sure if the Indians can pull off the win at Dunbar. Tip at 7:30. Coming up later this week, EKU's men's and women's basketball teams are going to be getting started in the Atlantic Sun play against Lipscomb University. The men's team will host Lipscomb Thursday night, while the women's team will travel to Nashville to face the Bison, also Thursday night. Now, the Lipscomb men are 9-6, and they just upset Florida State, 78-75 in Tallahassee. And the women's team is 7-6, so they're both pretty solid. EKU will have a tough game ahead on both boys and girls sides this week, but they're going to need a victory to be in conference play the right way. That's going to wrap up today's sports report. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, and check back tomorrow for some more great local sports reports. This is Dawson Rule with Madison County Sports Coverage.
Thanks, Dawson, for that sports update. We're going to take another quick break. Right back with more news right here live at 5. You've heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com.
Mushroom lovers, this one's for you. This is for the beef lovers too, the onion lovers, the Swiss cheese lovers. If you love all these things, then you're going to absolutely love our classic double mushroom onion melt. Try it now, only at A&W. Feel the heat at A&W with our delicious, cheesy, and spicy sriracha cheese curds. They're available for a limited time only, so come on in and try some today. Only at A&W.
Are you looking for a brand new SUV that won't break the bank? Look no farther than Jack Burford Chevrolet, home of the newly redesigned 2024 Trax. Bigger, bolder, more refined, and starting under $25,000, the new Chevy Trax is really upped its game. Come see us at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond or check us out at jackburford.com to see everything this new Trax has to offer.
If it won't go down.
Call Mr. Rooter, the best in town.
What do I do now?
Call Mr. Rooter, the best plumber in town. Mr. Rooter is Central Kentucky's affordable and reliable plumber. Right now, get any drain in your home clean for only $89. Call 859-253-CLOG. That's 859-253-CLOG. So if you've got a problem that won't go down, call Mr. Rooter. He's the best plumber in town. He'll clean any drain in your home for only $89.
Now I know who to call.
Call Mr. Rooter.
Bye-bye, Poopy. Richmond has its very own TV station, WBON TV Channel 9, featuring 4 new TV channels of programming. Our primary station, 9.1, is available over the air with an antenna on all area cable systems, Roku, and our live player at WBONTV.com. You'll love the local sports and other local programming, including the only local newscast for the greater Richmond area, live at 5 daily. Find out more at WBONTV.com.
For years, Richmond residents have been searching for a heating and air company that can do it all. That search is now over. Don't let the name fool you. Fayette Heating and Air serves all over Central Kentucky for both commercial and residential customers. With Fayette Heating and Air, they promise that no matter the issue, no matter the time, you can expect award-winning heating repairs the first time, every time. Visit FayetteHeating.com to learn about special financing and how to sign up for the Comfy Club. With Fayette Heating and Air, complete home solutions.
Well, thanks so much for joining us today live at 5. Make sure you tune back in tomorrow. We'll have Wanted Wednesday and lots more local news, weather, and sports. Have a wonderful afternoon, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow.